Alright guys, and this is the finished product. We finished reinstalling everything, and guys, I am in love with how clear and how well this came out. What is going on, kid family? Welcome back to the channel. On today's video, we are going to be restoring these headlights back to perfection, or as perfect as I can get them. Alright guys, this is a 2007 Honda Civic, and these headlights I've buffed before, I've polished before. Actually, last season what I did is I used a 1K clear coat, which is pretty much any clear coat you can get off the shelf in a store, to clear coat these things, just to restore that UV protection and that clarity. And it's been about a year and they were holding up okay, but now that the year is over, I'm noticing that the actual clear coat is chipping off from the lens in multiple locations, such as here, such as right over here. Everything is chipping off. That clear coat just does not want to adhere and hold through all the outdoor environment. Again, you can see it right here, it's chipping off. So on this video guys, we are going to take the bumper off, we're going to take the headlights off, we're going to use a professional grade automotive 2K clear coat, and we're going to spray it with the Harbor Freight gun, and we'll see what kind of results we can get. So keep watching. Alright guys, at this point we removed the headlights. It's a okay process, not too bad, not as bad as the Honda CR-V headlights we had to restore. That thing required a lot of work. So right now, at this point, we're gonna start sanding these headlights. And again, I noticed a lot more yellow pitting and discoloration right here, like staining. Overall, these headlights are pretty dang bad already. You know, they had their years. I'm running HID headlights on these as well. So technically HID headlights should be running cooler than halogen headlights, but I don't know, on the inside of this plastic housing, there's just a bunch of cracking already from all the years of use. Again, this is a 07, so it's seen better days. So I'm gonna try to apply that 2K clear coat on these, and we'll see what kind of finish we can get. But I know next round we'll probably have to get new headlights to keep this car looking dated. Alright, well, here's the problem with your 1K clear coats, guys. As you can see, if you can, it just creates a step edge right over here, and all the old clear coat needs to come off when sanding, so we can't just scuff it with the 500 like we used to. I'm down to a 320 right now trying to take this off, and it's still coming off like hell. It's giving me a hard time. So essentially the clear coat yellowed. The 1K clear coat out of the can, the aerosol can clear coat that you can buy anywhere, just yellowed on me. Even though it was a non-yellowing clear coat, within a year it yellowed, and I gotta get rid of that clear coat in general, because that yellowing is gonna stay, and we don't want that yellowing when we apply that new 2K clear. So looks like we got a hell of a lot of work ahead of us, boys and girls. 320 is doing the job slowly. We might have to get it down even lower to like a 200 or even lower, just to speed up this process, because we're doing it by hand. Darn it. Alright guys, it's been a few hours, and I gotta tell you, this thing was a pain in the butt to sand by hand, especially all these little lips and edges where the old clear coat did not want to come off. So we put a lot of TLC in this, we put a lot of hours in this, and we got it down. For the most part, 320 all over this. We're still gonna run it with a 500. I'm gonna call it good on the 500. We're not gonna do the 800 like last time. We're just gonna lay that clear down. I made sure I sanded the edges really good. I'm not too worried about this area. I did sand it, but not to the full extent, because that's all gonna be hidden by the fender. So now it's time to do the second one. Man, I do not want to do this. And this is exactly why I will never use a 1K clear coat again, because it just doubles the work. You can see it clear as day. I gotta sand way through the old clear coat in order to get a smooth and clear finish, because all this old clear coat, this 1K, is just oxidation. So this is gonna be a lot easier for those of you that never sprayed any kind of clear coat on your headlight. If that's the case, you guys are gonna be seeing something like this, which is perfect, and you don't have to sand anymore. But I gotta sand everything here and everything here, and these edges are just complete killer. It takes forever, but we'll get back to you when we got everything sanded. I'm gonna knock it down with 320 right now, and then I'm gonna knock it out with 500, and then we'll be good to go. Alright guys, fast forward a few hours, we are done sanding with the 320 and the 500, wet sanding everything. Now as you can see, it's getting a little cloudy and it's gonna rain, so I'm done for today at this point. We're just gonna let these things dry out, and when the weather's nicer, possibly tomorrow, we're gonna use our Upol 2K clear coat in order to finalize this and lay down a nice top coat, which will make this thing look very, very good. Let's cross our fingers everything works out. So this is the Upol 2K clear coat. It's a universal 4:1 mixing ratio clear coat. It's been laying down for the most part okay. I've done 2 headlight restorations already. It is on the thin side, so be careful not to run. And as far as the gun is concerned, I was spraying with this gun, but for this clear coat finish, I'm gonna use this gun. It's the same Harbor Freight gun, just a different model, different generation. And if you guys check out my channel, you already know this gun is much superior in my opinion versus this gun. Check those videos out if you guys are interested in comparisons and whatnot. But hopefully tomorrow we finish this off and it looks perfect. Alright lads, it is the next day. Just got done building this little rig. This is my little paint booth, so here, let's open it up. Unfortunately, this kind of decreased the size of the paint booth. Before I was able to paint 2 headlights at once. Now I'm gonna just do 1 at a time, but I got everything covered up from the top, from the sides, and I'm actually gonna bring this down when I'm painting, so I'm actually inside the paint booth. The only area where dust can come is from the bottom, but I'm gonna be sure to wet the floor right here. So I got the headlight already cleaned up. I used a wax and grease remover to wipe it all down. I have a tack rag here that I'm gonna tack rag to pick up any dust particles or debris that's on this before I start painting it. I got my strainer here. We got the 2K clear coat here that we will be pouring into our mixing cup. Again, this is gonna be a 4:1 mixing ratio, so this is the one we are gonna be using. And this is the first time I'm actually using this gun right here. So this is the newer Harbor Freight gun. Check out my previous videos if you guys want a comparison between the old one right here and the new one. So it's gonna be my first time checking out the new one. Hopefully the spray pattern is better. I already got everything swapped over onto here, the filter and the gauge. And this gauge is an eBay gauge. It's reading, like right now, like nothing's connected, it's reading 15 pounds. So those 2 dots you see right there, I kind of ghetto rigged my own location for the pressure. The first dot on the left is 30 pounds, the next dot is 40 pounds. Anything that you shoot right around there with this gun should give you decent results. So I also just ran some mineral spirits or paint thinner through the gun. You know, all these new guns, when you get them new, they have a bunch of gunk and grease inside of them, so make sure you guys put some acetone or paint thinner through it, spray it to clean out all the passages in the gun. That way it won't contaminate your clear coat. We're all mixed up, pretty much ready to paint, boys. At this point, let's gear up, tack it down, start shooting.
So this is the most important part, laying down that pattern. So let's take a look at it. All right, let's go.
So the first coat was such a light coat. Like, I haven't usually done such light coats, but I really went really light dust coat. And it's so hot, it's about 90 degrees right now, 52% humidity. Actually, it feels more. On the iPhone it says it's 65% humidity. It's pretty, I don't know, I feel like it's humid, but we gotta paint it regardless, so we're not gonna wait for better days. So let's get in there, let's lay down that second coat. The second coat I'm pretty much gonna go full open trigger. I wasn't going open trigger on that first coat, so let's see what happens this time. It's been about 6 minutes since the last dust coat. I think it's time to go. Alright guys, this headlight is done for the most part. A little bit more orange peel than I thought. So I think that orange peel was the cause of giving it that light dust coat. I think that dust coat created grooves in the surface, and I don't think I'm going to do a dust coat for this headlight. So let's spray the second headlight. We'll do again. We're not going to do the dust coat, we'll just do like 2 light coats and then we'll call it a day. Alright guys, this is after the first coat. It is looking fantastic and wet, and there's no orange peel whatsoever. The only place that I've noticed there's too little clear coat is right over here, because the angle of the headlight changes so dramatically. I gotta keep that gun parallel to the area, and right here we have to add more for the second coat. Make sure this dries out wet. Otherwise this headlight looks perfect already as is. So that was a nice coat. Screw the dust coat, guys. That's gonna mess everything up just like the other headlight. It's gonna create orange peel. Try to lay it down semi-wet the first coat, wet the second coat, and you're golden. So let's try to finalize this, do the second coat. Try not to run. Keep our fingers crossed that this thing will come out perfect. So I have some clear coat left. I put the first headlight back in. As you can see, there's orange peel. As you can see, there's orange peel on this one. So I'm just gonna load it up with the 2K, see if it will level out. If not, we'll probably sand it and flow coat it. And what a flow coat is just one last layer of clear coat after you sand the clear coat. So we'll just kind of even out the surface. We'll see. Hopefully we don't have to flow coat. Hopefully we can get it back looking without orange peel like the other one.
Still not enough clear coat right by the edge. But it did clean up a lot more, a lot less orange peel from here. We just missed this little edge. And I don't have any more clear coat left.
Alright guys, well that's it. Here are the finished headlights. As you can see, turned out pretty darn good with this new gun. I think this new gun just sprays a lot more linear. The old gun would get heavy. It would be heavy in the midsection, and then I would have runs. Well, over here it was perfect. There was no runs. The only problem that I ran into is this headlight. I sprayed a really dry coat for the first coat, and I think that dry coat wasn't smooth because of how hot it was and how little clear coat I sprayed. So the following coats, they kind of had some orange peel to them, so I laid down a third heavier coat which erased the clear coat. But at that point I totally missed spraying the third coat right over here, and this was a tricky area on these headlights just because you would have to travel with the gun, make sure you're perpendicular to that area, and it's just, I always thought these things are too intricate. There's too much going on in these headlights, and yeah, that's one of the symptoms of the design. This one sprayed 2 coats. The first one was semi-wet, the second one was wet, and I made sure I paid attention to this area and I covered it perfectly here. These things look phenomenal. I'm very, very happy with the results. No runs whatsoever. That's the best part. So I'm pretty sure the no runs is due to that newer gun. It just sprays much better. So you know, gun isn't always gonna make it or break it. Sometimes it's the painter, but in this situation I haven't changed anything since the last 2 headlight restorations I did, and I had runs on those, so everything looks good. As far as the paint booth, it really did help. There's only a few dust specks here and there, but nothing compared to the dust specks we had when we were just painting without the cover. And one thing I did want to mention, in the paint booth, man, with no ventilation, because all the overspray gets contaminated in the paint, I could taste the clear coat going into my mouth. So I'm not sure if the mask isn't working well. This mask is a 3M. It just has an N95 filter on it. I'm curious if I need additional filters, like some of them come with chemical filters. So if you guys are painters out there, help a brother out, give him some health information, because we don't want to keep doing this with the wrong type of mask and filtration, because that's not good for your lungs. Also, one time I think I went in there without those goggles, and as soon as you start laying down that clear, and that clear oversprays all over the place, your eyes just start burning. So yeah, that's where that full face shield 3M mask would come in handy, and that's definitely what I would recommend for those of you guys watching that are trying to get started that don't have a mask yet. Get the full face shield with the filters on. It's just going to be so much easier. The more you can see the paint you lay down, the clear coat you lay down, the better your finish will be. So highly recommend that. So overall, I'm very happy once again with the finished product. This clear coat is okay. It's not bad whatsoever. It just depends on the gun and the painting conditions. And you see, as we improved the painting conditions with the paint booth, everything came out a little bit better. Originally, I was worried that's water contamination on the clear coat, but no, it's, for the most part, I gotta say it's dust specks that land on the clear coat, because this one is ideal. Anyway guys, thank you for watching. Thanks for watching the video. Subscribe to the channel. There's plenty of painting videos, automotive content for you to enjoy. Don't forget to smash the like button if you enjoyed this video, and we'll see you on the next one. Peace. Alright guys, and this is the finished product. We finished reinstalling everything, and guys, I am in love with how clear and how well this came out.
I ain't here for the money, I ain't here for the fame. Though it might be nice to own a jet plane, I'ma do it all for you. Come along and see it's true, but the world is pretty cold. You might need a sweater too. I'ma put a ride on ya. Kid from California, trying to make it in life. In school they never taught ya. Dream